Welcome to this edition of the Who's Who in Guyana Business Show. I'm your host, Dr. Vishnu Doerga, and as usual, we're very happy to be able to present to you business education, opportunities, and so much more. Now, this week, I did want to kick us off with a little bit of an overview of the HerVenture app that we have been spreading all across Guyana and with fantastic results. So many female entrepreneurs and even some male entrepreneurs are really loving the way the app is causing them to learn so much more and to help grow their business. In order to do so, I'll share with you information on the app, on the application that we have been utilizing here in Guyana. And as usual, at any point in time, especially if you haven't downloaded the app as yet, feel free to take out your phone, open the camera, point it to the screen, and you will see a message pop up that will allow you to download the app. So let's take a bit of overview on the app. And the app was really created to support women entrepreneurs in low and middle income countries to really gain that knowledge. And in several countries, we now have over 41,000 women using the app. And in countries such as Nigeria, Kenya, Indonesia, Vietnam, South Africa, and now also in Guyana. And the app is available on both Play Store and the Apple Play Store. This is what the app looks like once you have downloaded it and you get to sign in. It's a very personalized experience. So once someone gets started with the app, there are a series of questions that allow for the lessons to be tailored to the user of the app. There is the learning that happens where everything is broken up into individual modules and many activities as well. Users can provide feedback that will allow them to get in touch with us here in Guyana and also the Cherry Blair Foundation that is also monitoring how the app is being used. Persons are able to create their own profiles, make it public so that other people can find them as well. And there are many ways in which tokens can also be gained. It's a very personalized experience, as I mentioned initially. We have suggestions that will appear at the top of the main screen, giving you guidance on how to move forward. There are now more than 80 different lessons in the app, and they're grouped into specific modules. And these modules are starting off with a very basic launching of a business, how to manage your business records, product customization and innovation, how to access new markets, how to expand the business operations and the workforce. Accessing finance is a very popular module as well. Digital marketing, e-commerce, especially in this day and age, how do we start selling online? And then business resilience, because we've had a shock with COVID, which still isn't finished as yet. But how do we make sure that our business really is able to deal with a crisis that can hit us at any particular point in time? All the activities are really broken up by very small activities. They take 2 to 5 minutes to complete each lesson. And the activities are in the form of multiple choice questions, swiping left or right, dragging and dropping, filling in the blanks. And every individual is also benefiting from the building up of an action plan. So the things that you would select that you want to put more focus on gets built up as an action plan for you to act on in the future. The profiles, as I mentioned earlier, really allow you to interact with each other and ask and answer questions as well within the app. And of course, the team at ActionINVEST is ready to answer any questions that are asked that other users may not have answered as yet. And the answers can also be liked, so it makes it easy for persons to know that their question would have been something that or other people are also interested in. We have different tokens as well. Tokens can be earned by completing lessons, answering other people's questions, sharing the app on social media, and other areas as well, such as a winning streak. If you have a winning streak of learning streak, you also benefit from tokens. And we're also sending notifications so that it would allow you when we maybe have events coming up or if there's new knowledge that is coming in. And we also have a lot of really positive user reviews from all over the world and Guyana as well. And across the world where the app has been used, we have noticed high percentages of increases in confidence by women using the app, increases in business profit, clients, and networking. So it's tested around the world, and I already know that in Guyana it is making a significant impact. From next week's program, you'll actually see some users of the app who've actually gone through every single module, and it has already made a significant impact in their business. And they will be receiving some fantastic prizes for learning as well, and not just learning, but applying that knowledge. You will be seeing the billboard in many places. You'll also be seeing the QR code so that you'll be able to download and benefit from this particular app. We are doing outreaches across the country, and in that respect, I would like to thank our partners in these collaborations, partners like the Guyana Women's Leadership Institute, the Small Business Bureau, the Georgetown Chamber of Commerce, with whom we attended their business mixer and were able to also talk to the many female entrepreneurs present there, the Guyana Shore Base, and us participating in their recruiting events. So we have been having many such outreaches, and we can see that when we're on these outreaches, people are really hooked to the app because it's fun, it's flexible, and really easy to use. So people really get zoned into the lessons very quickly. This is a shot of our outreach at Gisby at the Enmore ground. Very nice to see hundreds of people coming out there. And for persons who have completed all the learning tracks, they will be benefiting from a certificate of completion and also a very beautiful coffee mug as a memento from this experience, so that they also know that they would have been supported by a program like this. So that's a little bit of an overview of what we have been doing with the HerVenture app here in Guyana. If you haven't already downloaded it, please make sure that you do so as soon as possible. And we look forward to supporting you. If you belong to an organization that supports women entrepreneurs, reach out so that we can collaborate with you and bring this knowledge to your community so that the persons in your community can really benefit from having this fantastic knowledge at the tip of their fingers. Now, you'll be seeing throughout the show the QR code in different places. Scan it and share it, of course. The easiest way is going to your App Store or your Apple Store and making sure that you can search for HerVenture. It will be the first app that pops up, and get it downloaded. Once it's downloaded, no need for the internet anymore. You'll be able to then just work directly in the app and score your points, do your lessons, and grow very fast. I want to bring to you now even more education, even more business education. And as usual, we have Coach Keon Smith, who will be joining me now. Coach Keon, welcome. I know that today you'll continue taking us on this leadership journey, because we know that without leaders taking us forward, without leaders showing us more and showing us further, we can tend to end up in stagnation. And I know that by now your job is to really ensure that people don't stagnate. So, Coach Keon, welcome, and all over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Doerga. And that is definitely the idea behind this particular series. As we continue to grow as leaders, it is important for us to understand the elements under the tenets that we can use to improve our capacity as a leader and bring to our awareness some of the areas that we may do unconsciously or the areas that we consciously need to make an effort to improve. So we are going to continue with the laws of leadership, and we are diving into law number 12. Law number 12, when it comes to these laws, speaks about the law of empowerment. And I believe out of all the laws, this is a very, very critical one when it comes to a leader and his team members. So true leadership, it's about being able to lead others and support them in reaching their goals, not just about your goals and what you want. So it takes away the selfishness from leadership. John Maxwell puts it very nicely when he says, only secure leaders, and let me just emphasize that, only secure leaders, which means leaders who are confident in themselves and their abilities. They provide and give power to others, and they empower persons to reach their full potential. We have persons who believe that if they train other persons, if they divulge information, that those persons will come and take their position or strip them of their power. That is not the true element of a confident leader, not the true element of a leader in general. So we should always work as much as possible to empower the persons around us. It allows us to grow and to take on new opportunities. Zig Ziglar puts it very nicely when he says, if you help enough people get what they want, you will get what you want. So, leaders out there, focus on empowering the persons around you, creating that nurturing environment that allows them to grow and for them to build their character and for them to achieve their goals. Once you can help them to do that, their commitment level is going to increase, and it's going to make it so much more easier for you to reach the goals that you have set for your company, your organization, or whatever social group you are a part of. The next law talks about the law of the pitcher, and this can be synonymous to the mirror, right? Because people do what people see. And as a leader, you are directly or indirectly a role model for your team members. They observe your every movement. They listen and take heed to your every word. And more importantly, they take note of your actions. So, as a great leader, as you're developing, it is important to ensure that the vision that you want to achieve, it is not just reflected in your words, but it's also reflected in your actions. Leaders, keep in mind that you need to lead by example. And leading by example simply means developing integrity. If you say you're going to get something done, then do it. That is one of our definitions of leadership. It is doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to get it done. And with that understanding, it really helps you to keep the notion in mind that everything rises and falls on leadership. It is important for you to develop and maintain a good character when it comes to becoming an effective leader. And finally, the last law that we're going to be touching on for this episode is going to be the law of buying, not buying, the law of buy in, which means that effective leaders, they need to ensure that they allow persons to follow what they're doing. They get the buy-in from the team for, first of all, them as a leader, and then they will buy in to the cause that they are going after. And John Maxwell puts it really, really nice when he says that people do not at first follow worthy causes. So they're not following the idea that you've presented to them. He says they follow worthy leaders. So people buy you before they buy your idea. So once you are a leader worth following, they will start by following you, and then your ideas that you're supporting comes afterwards. So do not think in some cases that it's your idea that brings people into an organization, or brings them a part of your team. It is simply because you have demonstrated traits of a worthy leader, and they see you as someone worth following. They understand that you have confidence in this idea, and they're going to reciprocate that level of confidence as well. So people definitely need buy-in to a leader, and not just the leader, but also the leader's vision. Building this aspect of trust allows persons to stay within the organization, and it allows the leader to be able to promote their vision and get the team to support that vision. So think about it for those persons out there who are listening to this particular program. You have the law of empowerment. Are you, or how can you ensure that you're practicing this law to empower your team? You have the law of the pitcher. Always keep in mind that you are a role model to your team members. Persons are looking at you, especially if you are in a leadership role. And it doesn't always have to be within an organization, it can be leadership role within your family circle, within your social circle, or your religious circle. And finally, the law of buy in, which simply means that you need to be able to articulate your vision clearly enough. You need to demonstrate the tenets of a great leader so that persons can buy into a leader worth following and then adopt your ideas as you continue to grow and develop them. So, Dr. Durga, that is what I wanted to share to our awesome listeners on this particular episode. Three laws that really helps a leader to grow not only themselves but also their team.
Thank you very much, Coach Keon. And I know that one of the big things that is happening in the background is that we are getting ready for the launch of the Who's Who in Guyana business. It's exactly 1 week away. So for those of you who are eager to get your hands on the third edition of the directory, get ready. That time is coming very close. Coach Keon, again, why should people get their hands on the directory?
Definitely. That is probably the question of the century. And Direction provides you with content not only on business education and about the different sectors. You have sectorial openers that provides you with an overview of the different sectors. It provides you with leading companies who are looking to be recognized and who are looking to grow their businesses, companies who, in my opinion, are poised for strategic partnership development, for joint ventures, etc. So it provides you in your hand a comprehensive tool to learn and understand about some of the fantastic businesses here in Guyana. And for those persons who didn't make it into this edition due to different elements of uncertainty, we can tell you things will continue to happen. Is for you to make the right decision and determine, do you want to be paralyzed by the fear of what if, or do you want to take the steps that can provide you with the opportunities for greater success when it comes. So I can't wait for the launch. It is coming out very, very soon. It's going to be during the first week in November. Super excited to be a part of that event and for the unveiling of the cover. The cover is super, super fantastic. I think it tells so much about what is happening here in Guyana, and I think the team did a great job in capturing the essence, in my opinion, of what is happening.
Very good. Thank you, Kion. And yeah, I would encourage everyone to be on standby, get the directory so that you can really see what has been pulled together for you so that you have that information again at the tip of your fingers. It seems like all that Action Invest keeps doing is putting fantastic information and education in people's hands. And I think that's the most we can do. And Kion, I think it is
The
definitely
reason,
something that is well needed in this country.
definitely, I think the reason why we can do it so effortlessly and without stretching a hand is simply because it ties in to our vision, which is Guyana's abundance through business through education. And at Action Invest, we believe that is the slice of the pie for everyone. We don't even mind persons taking the first slice. We just know there's going to be more
Yeah.
abundance.
Very good. So business education constantly in your hands so that you can make the right decisions. Thank you
Yes.
very much for sharing with us on leadership today, Coach Kion, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.
Definitely looking forward to it too, Doc.
401 Furniture Store's showroom has furniture for the entire home. Furnish your living room, your dining room, your kitchen, and your bedroom. Also get that appliance that matches your style. Come fall in love at our showroom located at Lot 4, Monrepo North, right on the public road. Call us on 220-8107 or WhatsApp on 672-1881. Get more without paying more when you shop at 401 Furniture Store.
Welcome back, and we will be hearing now from Coach Premendra Parsan, and he'll be talking to us about the subject that is very important because we all have products or services that we may want to sell. And even if you're thinking that, hey, I'm an employee, I don't have a product or a service as yet, think again, because even as an employee, you are a little business. You have to sell your service, whatever you're good at, your knowledge, your skill, your ability, to an organization that has to buy it from you. And they buy it from you by paying you a salary every single month. So what we want to do is to make sure that you understand how you need to market yourself. And are you marketing the best of your knowledge, skills, and abilities so that you can maximize as well on your own path, on your own skills. Now, Coach Prem is going to take us through marketing, and he will be letting you know why it's so important and also what we have coming up for that specific subject area. Coach Prem?
And thank you, Dr. Doerga. As we continue our conversation on our Seminar Club modules, we have our MarketingRICH module coming up next. You see, as we look to promote our businesses and get our business out in the marketplace, we want to make sure that we are investing our hard-earned money. You see, we want to be able to get our business out there so that we can be able to inform our customers and communicate with our customers those services and those products that we have. And to be able to do that, we must attract the right customer. And as we develop or as we understand more about our marketing, we need to understand the importance of collecting a database and developing that database. You see, that database is gold. And what we want to do is to be able to understand how much we have invested already and how much we need to invest for future. So understanding the acquisition of our customers is an important element. We've had our marketing budget for so many years, and most of the times, or for most companies, what we find is that we don't test and measure. We don't test to see how effective is our marketing. So understanding the importance of testing and measuring, and making sure that we bring our customers in from shopping the first time to becoming raving fans. So as we go through our SeminarRICH training on marketing, you'll be able to take away some important key elements as understanding your target market. Who are the customers that actually will buy from you and are willing to buy from you? Seeing the value that you have. It's generating that unique selling proposition and understanding that and communicating that to your customers in the marketplace. Developing a guarantee. Also, we look at the checklist, a marketing checklist that you can be able to go through so that you can be able to be much more direct in your marketing. You're much more confident in your marketing. So join us on November the 3rd and the 11th to find out how you can be able to be much more effective in your marketing. Register today. It's 223-5583. And if there are some companies that need the training, need us to come to you for training, there's also the opportunity that we can come to you and train your team so that your team becomes much more effective in their marketing. So join us. I'll see you then.
Gupta Security. It is our vision to be the leading provider of innovative and comprehensive security solutions in Guyana. We have a team of well-trained and disciplined professionals to protect you and your assets and give you the peace of mind to focus on what is most important to you. Our services include armed and unarmed services, consultancy, assets and individual protection, patrol, virtual surveillance, armed escorts, and cash in transits. Gupta Group, let our services be your advantage.
Camille's Academy Inc. We are the premier provider for private education in Guyana, and through our mission, our excellent team delivers a well-balanced curriculum that integrates technology and innovation to our educational programs to inspire children to reach their highest levels of success. Enroll now for nursery, primary, and secondary level. Check us out at any one of our 4 locations or contact us today. Camille's Academy Inc. Be inspired to innovate.
There you had some information about companies that are really pushing the limits here in Guyana. And I would encourage you as well to check out these companies, make sure that you understand what they bring to the market, the quality of their products, the quality of their service, so that you can really benefit from it and also be able to share it with those close to you. We will now hear from Ms. Rodlyn Semple, and she'll be talking to us about understanding the core contents of an internal audit report. And you may be wondering, why does the Who's Who in Guyana Business Show have so much information on audits and all these business related things? Well, guess what? We are an economy that is really heating up, and when that economy heats up, we will have so much more activity happening. And just today I was delivering a supply chain course, and it was amazing to see that as persons started to understand the terminology that is used in supply chain management, they realized what we call these things in Guyana. Now, yes, we have been doing supply chain management in Guyana for a very long time, but it was never at the level of sophistication and the level of demand that we currently have. And with the influx of new companies in Guyana who speak that language of supply chain, it is so important that we understand what they're saying, what their demands are, what their requests are, and that we are able to fit in seamlessly. So ensure that if your company is looking at elevating your level of supply chain management, logistics, and really meeting international standards, that you get yourself educated and you make sure that you build your organization to meet the relevant standard. So let's hear from Rodlyn.
I am Rodlyn Semple, ISO lead consultant at ACI Consulting Services. Our topic today will focus on what are the contents of an internal audit report. Many persons, while implementing their quality system, they would need to determine how well that system is working in relation to the level of conformance to their own policies and procedures, the ISO standard, and to determine effectiveness. So I will basically outline the main elements that should be involved or be listed on your audit report. Now, the audit report needs to report accurately the findings of your internal audit, whether it's being done by an external party or it's being done internally. The first area you would want to identify is the audit number. So based on your internal audit program, you would say when these audits are going to be done. So within your report, you should be tracking your audit number. You should have your objective. So what is the objective of the internal audit? For example, the objective of the internal audit can be, number one, to identify opportunities for improvement or OFIs, to determine the effectiveness of XYZ's company to the management system. You definitely need to include the scope. So the scope basically is the areas that are a part of the internal audit process. Your audit team leader or your internal auditor will be able to tell you a little bit more, but what the scope is, it tells you the specific sections. Now, your internal audit program would cover all of your processes, but for a specific audit, it will only cover, let's say, procurement or customer service. You need to include the names of the auditees, and these are the persons who were audited. You need to include the date of the audit, definitely the findings. What are the findings of your assessment? The findings of the assessment normally includes opportunities for improvement and non-conformity statements. It all comes back to how your internal audit procedure is defined. Some reports have the non-conformances included in the contents of the page as well as the non-conformances. Some of them, they included in a table. So you would have identified the findings, which included non-conformances, as well as the opportunities for improvement. You definitely need to include recommendations. I'm not saying recommendations to address the NCs, but recommendations on what the organization should do in closing out those non-conformances. The report needs to be signed and reviewed by the team leader or the auditor. For additional information on how you can enhance your audit reporting, give us a call on telephone number 501-0110 or send an email at iso@actioninvest.org.
Tired of battery problems? Frustrate yourself no more. Reward your vehicle with power, innovation, and style with its sealed, maintenance-free calcium alloy plates, advanced technological build, and rigid testing processes. Platinum Batteries delivers every time. Get 2 years warranty and fast after-sales services. Available at all auto retailing stores countrywide. Imported and distributed by Caribbean Motor Spares. 174 Zeeluck Public Road, East Bank, Essequibo. Telephone 609-7621, 502-3171. Get your Platinum Battery now. Platinum Batteries, power of your journey.
ACI Sons in the Gifflin Mall is your one-stop shop for all electronics, including laptop computers, flash drives and SD cards, tablets, speaker and stereo sets and the best brands, drum sets and guitars, household appliances, flat-screen TVs, hardware items, and lots more. So check us out today for the most affordable prices. ACI Sons in the Gifflin Mall, making life better one day at a time.
Being a business owner is a lonely job. As business continues to change so rapidly, staying ahead and above water can feel overwhelming. You have little time to concentrate on growing your business because you're stuck working in your business. Your attention is on the day-to-day operations, handling emergencies, and you are challenged to create that winning team that can run your business when you aren't there. You aren't making the money you could be because you aren't focused on multiplying your profitability. What would it feel like if your business finally gave you more than you put into it? Wouldn't it be nice to have a business that works without you? To have a team of customer-focused individuals who delivered on your company's promise even when you aren't there? Wouldn't it be great to be able to have the time to enjoy your family and have real work-life balance? You can live your best business life. But how? Most businesses invest in professional expertise in the most important aspects of their business. You hire an accountant or financial advisor to ensure your money is managed effectively. You hire a lawyer to help you navigate legal matters. Why not hire a business coach to help you with everything else? An action coach is a certified professional who brings with them a unique perspective and a set of skills to help you re-energize your business operation. They will help you find new, effective ways to solve some of your most taxing business challenges. Employing an action coach is a partnership, a relationship, and they will mentor you as your business grows. Quite simply, an action coach will help you find ways to have more time, build more effective teams, and make more money. Action Coach is the leading coaching company in the world with nearly 1,000 coaches working with more than 18,000 businesses a week. We not only expect results, we guarantee them with our 17-week guarantee. You can choose from a variety of business programs, from one-to-one coaching to group coaching. There is something for every business and every budget. Your business is not broken, and adding an action coach to your team will transform you into a powerful and robust business in your community. Working with a business coach can help you set up systems, processes, and strategies to help your business run more effectively and ultimately get ahead of your competition. You aren't alone, and we will work with you to help you find the most precious of resources: time. It is time to invest in your business and invest in your future. Go to actioncoach.com, and the first coaching session is on us.
So let me teach you the most important formula you'll ever learn in business. The 5 ways, how to multiply the bottom line profits of your business. Now, there's only really 5 ways to grow a business. Leads times conversion equals number of customers. Now, what are your leads? The potential customers, the ones that contacted you. Your conversion rate, now that's the percentage of those leads that you turn into actual customers, the ones that purchased from you. Now, you multiply the number of customers by the number of transactions, that's your repeat business, and your average sale. That gives you your total sales, your revenues. Multiply that by margins, and you get the take-home profits. The 5 ways. See, people ask me about 3 things: customers, revenues, and profits. I put them up here in red. Why? The most important? No, the least important. See, they're the results of the other 5 items. The most important items you can work on are your number of leads, your conversion rate, your repeat business or number of transactions, your average sale, and your margins. Let's put some numbers in to make it make sense. Let's imagine in your little business you had 4,000 potential customers last year. You sold to 1 in 4 of them, or 25%. That means you've got 1,000 customers in your little business. Now, let's pretend that on average they came back twice a year to buy from you. Some bought 100 times, some bought once, and you never saw them again, but the average was twice. And again, average sale. Let's make it 100 just for ease of math's sake. Again, some spent 5, some spent 500. Now, if you look at it, that gives you 200,000 in revenues in this little business. 1,000 times 2 times 100. Let's make it easy and give you 25% margins to give you a take-home profit of 50,000. Now, we're going to work on 5 areas. We're not going to try and double them. We're not going to try and do anything magic. We're only going to improve them by 10%. So 4,000, if you learn everything we teach here at Action Coach, we can get you to 4,400 pretty easily. In fact, you could probably do it by just 1 or 2 of the 80 plus strategies we can teach you. Conversion rate, more than 70 strategies to increase your conversion rate. Add that to the increase in your lead rate, and all of a sudden now at 27.5, 10% better, you're at 1,210 customers. Then we got to work on repeat business strategies. Again, more than 60 of those. In this case, we're only going 10% up, 2 to 2.2. Then we go on to your average sale. Again, we're only looking for 10% improvements in these areas. So 100 becomes 110. So of course we've increased revenue by 10%. No. It's a 46% increase. See that? 292,820. Then we go to $80,525.50. That's a 61% improvement in your bottom line profits by just working on 5 areas. Now imagine we could do it increased by 30% in each of the areas. Look at the numbers. The numbers become staggering. Now you might get 10% in one area, 20% in another, 30% in another, or even larger. Here we go, 185,000. The 5 ways, it's real results for you to grow your business. So connect with us here at Action Coach. Get in touch. Let's help you multiply the 5 ways of your business and increase your profits.
Welcome back. And as normal, I would like to share some thoughts with you this week. And these are thoughts based on just the week gone by. And what really stood out to me in the past week is the requirement of performance in an organization. Now, in any organization, you would want to make sure that you start off with really good people who have a good potential to grow together with the organization, that are aligned with the organization. So, for example, at ActionINVEST, we believe that we really want to live in a country that is abundant, where people can have well-paying jobs for work that they do that is above the standard that is needed and really meets our customers' expectations. And the effect of that is that those businesses do well. They can also employ more, pay more, and contribute to the country's development. Now, what type of people fit in there? First of all, it's important that people come in with the right intelligence when it comes to business administration, business management, because that's what we do, marketing, consulting, and training. So we need people who, first of all, are not stretched to the maximum of their intelligence. And again, when I say intelligence, I just mean it in the respect of what is needed for this particular role. If you are a cricketer, I'm talking about cricket intelligence. You can't be already maxed out and then wanting to develop further and getting frustrated in that way. If you are in sales, if you are in construction, if you're already maxed out, it's very tough to grow even further. So we want people to come with a good level of intelligence, which is the ability to learn and grow. Secondly, we want people to come in with commitment. And commitment means that they are aligned to their personal goals, but also the goals of the organization that they've chosen to be a part of. Because if you're not clear on your personal goals, you're not clear on where the company is going, then it's basically just sailing without a direction. So we do want to be sure that people are very clear on their personal goals, and do they really want to join an organization that could be a very challenging role, but yet rewarding, because helping people move from one place to another place takes effort. If people could have done it by themselves, they would have done it by now. So that commitment is very important. And then competence. Competence is actually having the skill to solve the problem for which you were hired. So if I had to build a house, can you actually have the skills to build a house? If you have to run a marketing campaign, do you have the skills to get the results on the marketing campaign? If you have to meet a number of people per day to get a result with them, do you have those skills to be able to connect with people easily and move them towards a mutually beneficial result? Now, when those three things are present, the intelligence, being able to learn and grow fast, the commitment, being in clear alignment with where you're going, and then also the competence, actually being able to do the job in a way that you get the desired results, that's when you actually have a star performer. If you notice that you are not a star performer, or you're not dealing with star performers, generally, one or more of those three items are missing. Because you could have people who are very committed, but they don't have the competence to deliver, and they're not learning at the rate that's needed. Then they are all ready to do almost anything, show up at any time, but never get the right result that you're actually aiming for. You could have people who are very competent, but they don't have the level of commitment and they don't want to learn and grow. Then they're sitting thinking that the world owes them something, where really, if you're not in alignment with the organization, then it is very tough for the organization to embrace you and for you to embrace the organization. Then it's like you're sitting in a spot of difficulty, right? So that's where it's very important to get to understand what you really align with. And then intelligence. If there's intelligence, so somebody loves to learn and grow, but they're not committed to the organization, or they're not clear on why they should be. And yes, they can learn and grow, but they're not picking up the skills, the competence that's actually necessary to be successful in that job. That can also be another very frustrating situation. So keep an eye out on these three areas. And I would say start with yourself. Can you still learn and grow in the role that you've chosen? Are you committed to the path that you've chosen? And do you have the ability to deliver the results in the role or the path that you've chosen? If the answer to that is yes, then you're well on your way to being a high performer. And if you need that further boost, you know where to find us. That's what we specialize in. I've been your host for today, and it is always a real pleasure. If you see our show on social media, please share it and ensure that as many people as possible get exposed to this. I wish you all the best, and I look forward to meeting you in person very soon.